Hello, this is Andy from Seldon and
Maxime from Seldon.
Excellent, and we are on level 5 in the Rise Building Innovation Hub, FinTech Hub in Shoreditch. Our intention for today on this short video is just to talk you through, highlight a couple of points on a recent Kaggle survey of data scientists, talking about the challenges data scientists have faced in the last year. There's a whole list of them, but we're going to focus on a couple of areas and give my experience, but more importantly Max's data science experience, and hopefully it will maybe help you pick up understand some gaps in your business, or just to help you avoid some pitfalls in the future when you're recruiting and building out your machine learning pipeline and data science team. So you've got obvious ones like lack of clean data, lack of the right talent. Another one is another challenge data scientists face. They get recruited and they're like, right, sprinkle your magic on the business, but they need a clear business problem that they're trying to solve and a specific metric to actually measure the success of the project. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, so I mean, according to this Kaggle survey, dirty data is the biggest problem reported by data scientists, and that's an all-time favorite. You will observe this mainly in cases where the data was not automatically collected, but where it depends on some human input. So for example, if someone has been typing names of companies, let's say, you will have typos, you will have different ways of putting the name of the same company. So there are techniques being developed to address this problem directly by using machine learning itself, for example, to correct typos, to match, to do similarity analysis, to match company names and realize which companies are the same. Then you have all the problem of missing values that you can handle in different ways. Yes, so you mentioned the lack of a clear question or clear direction. So a lot of companies think that they just have to hire a data scientist and their problems are going to solve themselves. The problem is that if you don't know what the business wants to do with the data, what the business direction is, you will not be able to do anything. So I think it's better to always start from a clear business problem to solve, or a clear business KPI to improve, and build from that.
Yeah, and I think that feeds back into what are the core drivers of your business ultimately, and then you can work back a potential machine learning problem, from there. So I mean, in terms of, why would you say privacy issues has been one of the main challenges data scientists have faced in the last year on this survey, Max?
So privacy issue, I think there are several reasons. One of them is that when you're dealing with customers' data, people are not happy with the idea that you are looking at the data that they have put online, regardless of whether they signed an agreement to say that you could do whatever you wanted with it, they will never be happy about that. So you should always work on anonymized data sets. Obviously, if you are looking at the name of a person in your data, there may be a problem somewhere in your pipeline. Also, you want to be very careful how you handle this kind of sensible data. Ideally you'd want to keep it on premises all the time. You don't want to off-source it to some cloud service or give it to a third party. So this adds constraints to the way you can work with this kind of data sets. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that, and we have a lot of challenges and delays in data science projects with that particular issue or area. So how about another one on the survey, teams using ad hoc development environments such as Python, R, Java. Why is that a kind of challenge? Is it because people are using different things and things are programmed in different ways? Does that cause big delays to actually deploying stuff? Why is that a big problem or a challenge?
So it's more of a deployment problem. You have people that are doing ad hoc analysis in their favorite language. At the end of this process, you come up with a model, but then you need to deploy the model into a unified production environment. So how you bridge the gap if you've got someone that's built a model in Python, another one in R, and your production environment is in Java or C. You have to, people have been solving that by just having another team dedicated to taking the models built by the data scientist and rewriting them into the production language, or asking the data scientists to rewrite their models into the production language. This has a lot of problems. You want to have people who are very skilled in a lot of different domains. It's always been better to specialize people, so data scientists should be good at doing offline analysis and building offline models. You shouldn't have to ask him to be able to rewrite everything perfectly in a lower level language like C. So this is where we think we add a lot of value at Seldon, because our deployment platform allows you to take your model written in any language and integrate it into your deployment platform directly without the need to rewrite any code or do anything like this.
Loving the Seldon plug, by the way. It's supposed to be the sales guy which plugs Seldon, but no, that's brilliant. And so yeah, that feeds into deployment being an issue. 2 years ago, only 2% of machine learning models were deployed into production. That has increased a lot since then, but what we're finding is, you know, data scientists are getting dragged into DevOps infrastructure type stuff versus really focusing on building models. DevOps teams are building, in big companies, are building a bit of machine learning infrastructure here and a bit over here. Nothing's unified and it's kind of duplicating and it's inefficient. And then we're finding the business managers, they are under pressure to hit KPIs, but they don't know what's coming through the pipeline to actually boost business P&L and drive more revenue and profits. So, you know, having more of a unified workflow and a unified tool to actually enable the data scientists to collaborate with the data engineer, and then the data engineer to be able to communicate with the business manager better is really important. And so the next stage for any business who's been doing a lot of R&D work is to really get that deployment part of their pipeline, you know, in good shape, thus allowing ultimately the business manager to know what's coming through, how their KPIs are going to be improved, and also how to explain model decision making to regulators, or to be alerted to concept drift or bias detection in models, which, you know, with black box neural networks can be a problem. There are tools out there like Seldon and other tools which can enable the business manager to explain models and detect those different areas. So I think, yeah, I mean, look, I think, sorry, I just spat on you. I think that's a really good summary. Max, thank you very much for all of the kind of insight. Just to give you a bit of tour as to where we are in, for those who are outside of London or England, we are in central East London here. But right here, it kind of looks like we're in a jungle. But we appreciate your time and we'll see you next time.